Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen, depending on where you join us from in the world. Welcome to Open Up, our live talk show. I'm RJ Horner. I'm a volunteer with Voice of Men 360 and also the host of Open Up. Voice of Men 360 is a not-for-profit organization founded in 2020 and based in Toronto, Canada. Voice of Men 360 was born out of seeing a tremendous need and then stepping up to help provide services for our men and boys to overcome their life challenges. We're part of International Men's Day, and International Men's Day has been serving now for over 21 years and is represented in 90 plus countries who join together to do various activities regularly. International Men's Day follows 6 pillars, which represent the overall well-being of boys and men, and we follow in those same footsteps here. So why is Open Up so important? Because men are not open with our hearts and willing to share our matters. And when we keep these within ourselves, we create emotional and even physical health challenges. We want to help eliminate that. And that's why we've created an open space to allow individuals to share their life journey through our platform. We aim to create awareness about the life challenges, the struggles that men and boys have to go through in their lives. There's no limitations with gender, age, nationality, or ethnic group. All walks of life are invited to participate in our program. Our goal is to make a positive impact on someone's life through this program. Open Up is on Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, where we bring out individuals to share their life journey with you. So before I introduce our guest today, I'd like to remind you that Voice of Men 360 mission is always delivered with good faith towards peaceful harmony. The views and opinions expressed in today's episode are those of our speakers and do not represent Voice of Men 360. Our organization engages in discussion forums to offer inspiration and create awareness about the issues of men who wish to overcome their life challenges. We're not providing medical or therapeutic advice. Should you require that type of assistance, we recommend you contact a medical professional. If you have questions or concerns about today's episode or any Voice of Men 360 content, please email us info@voiceofmen360. Today, my guest is Peter Free. He's an actor, and just another individual living his life from Toronto. He has experienced many issues with his life as men and boys go through, and he's willing to share his life journey with us today. Some of that is dealing with dyslexia. He also believes that peer pressure and media are harming our youth today, and he wants to help overcome that condition. So please welcome me in joining Peter Free joining us today. Thank you, Peter, for coming out and sharing your life journey with us.
Thank you, RJ. I just you can ask me whatever you like. My life started when I was born. I went to school in Detroit. I started school in I'm talking about school because this is when my troubles, I thought my troubles first started. They were a struggle since the first day. I suffer from dyslexia, so it's hard for me. Learning is different for me. I had struggled spelling and understanding numbers and letters. My brain doesn't recognize letters and numbers when I'm writing. I can read, I can understand what I'm reading, and I can memorize stuff. I've got a good memory for memorizing. I can read a script a couple of times and pretty well got it down. But my son also suffers from dyslexia. So throughout the years, when I was in grade 1, my teacher thought that I was lazy and stupid and wasn't paying attention in class. And it wasn't that. It was that I just couldn't write, and she didn't understand that. None of the teachers in my school understood that kind of thing. My mom said that, told me that it was okay, that everybody learns differently. So I took that and ran with it basically throughout my life. I never finished school because of my writing. I've never been able to go to university and get my degree or anything because they didn't have the training for
Mhm.
young people with dyslexia. Uh, uh, Basically,
Yeah,
that's
no, absolutely. Thank you for that because that's what this show is about. It really is about overcoming challenges, and
yeah.
dyslexia is one of those challenges that um, some people are not able to overcome. They don't understand it. Like you said, there was no understanding or awareness of it. So how do you put an education plan together for people who have this um, affliction?
Well, I support a an organization called Dyslexia Canada, and what they do is they provide professional and help for young people, young dyslexic thinkers. Now, people that suffer from, I'm not going to say suffer because I consider dyslexia to be one of my greatest assets. It's not something that people look at it as a disability, but I don't look at it as a disability, and I didn't look at it as my son or daughter had a disability. I thought that they was fantastic. They had a great ability.
Absolutely. And that's, I love the word, not disability. You noticed I used affliction, not disability. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
and, but also, you know what, there's, with everything that, we have to go through in our lives, instead of disability, I like to use differently abled because you know what, it's really an ability that you're having to manage or having to work around, right?
right.
So,
Um,
no, go ahead.
so what happened was when I was in grade three, there was a teacher that recognized my condition and how I was behaving in class, and sometimes I would always be I asked a lot of questions, and people were the other kids were kind of wary about me, and I was always picked on and got into fights and stuff. And my son was the same way. My daughter is the same way. People seem to be repelled by them or and myself when I was a kid because of our difference. And I went to a different school, which caused other kids to pick on me. And Douglas had the same problem. But later on in grade five and grade six, I got involved in theater, music, arts. I became an artist, and I instilled my values and beliefs in my children. And now they're thriving. Both have gone to university and finished. And my son is a working sculptor. My daughter isn't an artist at the moment, working artist at the moment, but she works at a crystal factory where she sorts minerals and puts them in a bin. And that, long story short, I have a lot of experience with that as well. But so when I got to this special school, I was in a class with 7 students. So there were 3 teachers in this class. So it's expensive, and kids need equipment. And nowadays with technology is catching up with dyslexic thinkers. It's perfect environment for people like us to thrive. Dyslexic thinkers are the future of this planet. Young children who think dyslexia think differently than other children. I noticed that the pressures and media affecting children, affecting instilling fear and mistrust and hatred. And I don't believe that that's going to work in our society. Everybody wants change. It seems to me that there are people in the world that just want to change the world into something that I don't understand. And frankly, I can't understand why anybody would understand that.
Mm. Everybody wants to change the world into their own model, right?
Yeah, I understand that too, but don't you think peace and harmony and progress are a little more important than war and money and hatred and
Well, I think that's a topic for another day because we could get
yeah,
into the
yeah, yeah.
topic and open up a
Anyway,
whole can of
it
worms.
all ties in together eventually in the
Absolutely.
in our big universe. I mean, it's huge, and the thing about it is the universe in here is as vast as
As the universe out here.
ants.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Can you tell me how many? I mean, I know you're involved with the Dyslexia Foundations. Do you
Yeah.
have any idea how many or the percentage of our population who might be afflicted with
Oh
dyslexia?
yeah. Uh, Maybe 3 children in 10
Okay, so
are
like 30%.
dyslexic thinkers nowadays because it's just that dyslexia is you see I don't want to get into all the genetics and because it can get very confusing and it also could instill kind of a lot of controversy.
Right.
But basically, what I think is that there children they're becoming more and more prevalent. Dyslexic thinking is should be training for people that do not have dyslexia because because we think differently than other people. I'm not a violent person. I'm not a hateful person. I'm surrounded by it, and it hasn't affected me. It it is my fear and mistrust.
Do you get aggravated or upset with those people who don't understand your ability?
No, I just kind of fluff them off, really, because I'll if they're interested in learning a little bit about it, I'm happy to tell them. Uh, you know,
We're having a
or
signal issue
retarded or
here. Hold on.
something, or just uneducated or whatever, and I
Yep.
just fluff them off. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me that way.
Is that something you've had to learn, or is that something you've always been able to do?
Oh, we've always been able to do that ever since I can't remember. I know that, I knew that people didn't like me, or, uh, had something against me, or maybe just were, I had something that they didn't, maybe.
Yep.
And they don't understand that, so they were aggressive towards me about it.
So I know as an
And
actor,
this
you okay, go continue. Please continue.
and good. I'm sorry.
So as an actor, you said
Oh,
you can read scripts and you can learn to memorize them. But how does somebody with
yes.
dyslexia or dyslexic thinking, how did they become a songwriter? How do you get into writing and being able to you know continue that or
Well,
turn it
that's
into?
just creative. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't have dyslexia are quite artistic and creative, but you see, new ideas come from dyslexic thinking. New concepts, the big picture always changes with dyslexic thinking. So it's limitless, endless, the possibilities. Uh, and it can be taught to people how to think this way. but it's got to be light. Otherwise, it gets caught up in the norm.
Got you. Thank you. So, the other thing you wanted to talk about was media and the effects that we're having on media on our kids, on our next generation.
Well, the generation that I'm speaking about is my children. I'm 50. I'm sorry. I just turned 64 yesterday. I just have to get on this phone. I'm sorry. I'm working on my phone here. I don't. My computer is like on the blank,
That's okay.
and
Please
I
continue.
don't really know how to use the damn thing anyway. So,
Please continue.
yeah. The question again. How?
Just what do you think of the effects? Is there anything we can do to change the way media is
Oh yeah,
affect?
you got to go to the top, the people that make these decisions that in programming and stuff. Because, excuse me, sir.
Somebody really wants your attention. So not sure what was going on there. So Peter is he has left us momentarily. I don't know what situation he's dealing with. But we will continue with the interview as soon as he returns. Hopefully he's gonna carry on this interview. Again, not sure what happened. This is the first time somebody's ever.
I'm right here.
Okay, just
I was just saying that when people watch television or read a novel or they go to the film and they see violence and sex and debauchery and everything, and young thinking that's cool. Well, I don't, and I frankly I don't. My kids get it, and a lot of other people don't. But it's not the main people in the world are fairly decent and but it's a uh, uh, small group of people that seem to control the medias, which changes the way we think. Because humans are visual creatures, everything. We don't people don't focus on their senses, how they feel about a certain thing that of the input that they're getting from this visual and audio.
for sure. They
Like violence. I'm sorry.
No, you continue. You continue.
So when you're exposed to all this violence, young children don't understand. They consider what they see on television is real. For instance, if you go to and you see a show with small cartoons on it, some of these are looking. Kids are thinking that this grew this way.
Yeah.
But that's also the media part where there is a good input, like education, and people are expressing their opinion opposed to mainstream commercial media, which is harmful to people. And I just think that there should be more warnings on.
I agree. I agree. Definitely more warnings. I know now, I don't know about your opinion, but I know with my family, when I was growing up, when we were watching TV, we'd have a conversation around it. You know what I mean? That is this ethical? Do people behave this way? Is this a norm? So that my parents, I know they kept reinforcing that TV is not reality. right? Yes, these things do happen in life, but this is not the reality. This is a
Yeah.
fantasy that we're watching. So that maybe for
Yeah.
me, there was a disconnect between TV life and life.
Yeah. But see, kids are planted in front of that thing so long during the day that your subconscious doesn't think that way. Your subconscious is like the audio and the visual impression is what sticks with you most, and what people are saying, what you it's hard to explain. I think you know where I'm getting at.
Sure, I can't put words in your mouth, but what I'm thinking is that we don't, especially nowadays, we don't spend. Look, my parents had these conversations with me, right, while we were watching TV.
Yeah,
That's not so.
a lot
That's
of
not.
families don't.
Sorry, Peter.
Getting so many phone calls. It's early in the morning. I informed everybody that I was busy.
No worries. Keep moving. So then,
I just said,
please continue, Peter. Peter, are you still with us?
do we lost?
I think we've got a signal issue at this point. I'm not getting a good connection with you. Are you still?
Okay, it was probably because of that phone call.
Could be. Could be. Okay,
My
so you know what, Peter? I'm gonna just take a break here, go through a couple of announcements, and I'll get back and ask you our last remaining questions. Is that okay? Just bear with me a moment, then I'll get through our announcements. So we have a few live shows here at Voice of Men 360. The first you just participated is called Open Up, where we invite people out to share their life journey with you. This is a live talk show that takes place Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We also have the same program in Tamil language. This is called Vili, which means I, where again, we invite people out in the Tamil language to discuss their life journey. This one takes place Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. We also host a monthly webinar the first Saturday of every month, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, where we bring expertise from organizations to discuss a particular topic of interest to them and, of course, of interest to our community of men. We host a special show called The Unspoken Tears every month. This takes place the second Saturday of the month from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. The focus of this show is domestic violence against men, bullying, male sexual abuse, traumas, porn addiction, and human trafficking. These things do exist, and we discuss them here. We also host a show called The Author Circle, where we bring out individuals and recognize them for their work, for their writing, for their articles. These are authors who have been influential in the area of men and boys. Author Circle is the third Saturday of every month at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we turn all of our shows into podcast episodes. So please look out for us on your favorite platform, iPhone, Google Play, Spotify, and more. We host some peer support groups here. The first one I'm very proud of is the Open Up Men's Peer Group. This is only for men, by men. No women are invited to this one. There are no recordings because this is an open circle for you to feel free to share your concerns and your ideas to help you grow as a man. This Open Up Men's Peer Group is every 2 weeks, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. through Zoom. Please register for that one. We are on hiatus, but we used to have, and we will continue as soon as we can find an appropriate host. We have an Indigenous peer-to-peer support group, and if this is interest to you, maybe you might like to come and be our host. So please reach out to us for that. But we have Past the Talking Stick, again, an Indigenous peer-to-peer support group. There are no limitations with gender, age, nationality, or ethnic groups. Again, all walks of life are invited to participate in our programming. If you want to be a guest on any of our programs or willing to be a part of our organization and help us, whether directly or indirectly, please reach out to us. We'd love to work with individuals, professionals, experts, community organizations, associations, corporations, government officials, and more. Please reach out to us. Our phone number is 437 889 8329. Again, phone number 437 889 8329. Email us info@voiceofmen360.org, which makes our website www.voiceofmen360.org. You can find us on all of your favorite social media platforms: Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube for more content from Voice of Men 360. And then you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/Voice of Men 360. We're trying to increase our awareness, increase the members, increase the numbers that we're trying to reach. We're about 2,700 members, I believe, close to that. And we're looking to reach 5,000 by the end of 2022. We're trying to reach that number. Please share these messages. Please reach out to your friends and have these discussions and create more awareness for Voice of Men 360 and the work we do. Is Peter back with us? Do we have Peter on the line?
Yes, sir. I'm
wonderful, Peter. Do we have a better signal? Let's see if we can continue this interview.
Yeah, I think that works pretty good. It was the phone calls and stuff that were
so you sound a lot better. You sound a lot better. So there's two questions I like to ask at the end of the show. The first is, how can our men and boys empower their life journey?
Well, fathers need to be close to their sons and notice what the kid feels, and not to put him down, not to discourage him. Young children are so curious, and they want to know everything, so they're going to ask a lot of questions. So they ask good questions too. So you got to be prepared to give some good answers.
Absolutely.
This is going to help young children.
For sure. So what can we do as a society to help them on that journey?
Okay, well, I speak about children at the moment. To learn more about dyslexia, find out about how dyslexic people think, and what you can do about it is you can look up places called Made by Dyslexia. Some people may not like this advertisement. I like it. It's encouraging. It just tells you about the great people in the world, the great dyslexic thinkers, and the contribution that they've made to society, and also inventions. So you can find out that about Made by Dyslexia, or you can find out about from Dyslexia Canada, or you can find out about Canadian Dyslexic Association. There's all kinds of different things, but find out about it. I encourage people who don't know anything about it to learn about it, because it's very important could be important for your child. You know, you've got a precious gift there. You should nurture it, and let him find his own direction.
Absolutely. I believe that's what life is about. We all have to, find our own path, and we have to be able to allow other people to be free to do the same, right? think
That's
that's where we're
right.
going. I believe the same thing. Thank you very much for that. So do you want people to connect with you? If so, where can people look for you?
Well, I'm so unorganized. If you connect with me, you're going to be as unorganized as I am. So please,
No worries, Peter.
if you,
We like to give the opportunity for people to connect back. So, right now, I guess you're looking for people to learn more about dyslexia. So you
yeah,
mentioned
and if you want to make a donation or something to Dyslexia Canada, that's good because yesterday I was doing a fundraiser for Dyslexia Canada, but technical issues happened. But I raised a little bit of money, so you know, uh, it's very it's a good cause.
awesome. Yeah, absolutely, definitely. Like you say, 30% approximately of our population are afflicted with dyslexia. So, I mean, it's certainly
Yes,
something that's beneficial to learn more about.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter, for your time today. This has been a good interview. Again, this is Voice of Men 360. I'm RJ Horner, your host, asking you to open up.
Okay.